Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sadists everywhere, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Dark Souls 3, released in the year 2016 by From Software on the PlayStation 4 and other consoles that can kiss my ass. Now, what is Dark Souls 3? Well, I'm glad you asked, dear viewer. But I do assume that Dark Souls needs no introduction. But first of all, before we actually get into the nuts and bollocks of the review, so to speak, I do have a confession to make. It would seem that today, it has finally occurred to me, dear viewer, that I am addicted to video games. Yes, and I must confess it is very difficult dealing with my addiction to video games. You know, I much preferred the days when I was addicted to sexual assault. Much more fun for me. Though, only for me. Anyway, now I've got that little confession out the way, let's get on with my review for Dark Souls 3. So, as you might assume, it is a sequel to Dark Souls 2, which you might also assume is a sequel to Dark Souls, which you might also assume is a sequel to Demon Souls. Though I have absolutely no idea about the story that might link the four games in particular. Not to mention that they threw Bloodborne there in the middle. Threw a figurative spanner in the works, so to speak. So basically, the story itself is very vague, so I'm going to be as vague as I possibly can in my story description. And this is nothing to do with the fact that I don't fucking have a clue what the hell is going on in this game. So basically, you're playing as someone who has to do something. So you go through this something world, and you fight something, and then eventually you fight something at the end, which is called something else, and then the game comes to an end. So, I hope that's illuminated all your questions that you might have about the story. No, the main thing about the Dark Souls series... series? Well, it is a very serious series. The main thing is the difficulty. And you will often hear people using phrases like, get good. Now, I must admit, dear viewer, that I am an expert at the Dark Souls series of video games. Why, in my latest playthrough of Dark Souls 3, I only died 1,412 times. So suck on that, noobs. Do you like that word, noobs? I've heard it thrown around in the local council estate. I have no idea what it means, but I thought I would start using it more in my gaming reviews. So yes, Dark Souls, incredibly difficult series of games. In fact, one might say that Dark Souls is the ultimate fuck you up the ass to gamers like myself who do prefer their games pre-packaged with a pussy difficulty. Well, Dark Souls simply declares, fuck your pussy difficulty. By that, if it's not obvious yet, what I'm telling you is the games are very, 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 very hard. Though the online community is not exactly going to be there to help you out, as I've already mentioned. You will hear phrases thrown at you such as, get good. Well, I haven't heard the phrase, get good, since my wedding night. No siree. So, I have absolutely no idea what you could possibly be referring to, because in matters of lovemaking, I have always considered myself to be rather What's the word? Magic. Magic. Now, of course, by ma, I mean masturbation. And by jick, I mean myself. Yes. Anyway, back to Dark Souls 3. So, if you have played Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls Scholar of the First Sin, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls Does Dallas, then I'm sure you've got a pretty good idea what you're in for. Lots of boss fights, lots of ripping your hair out, lots of throwing furniture out of the window, lots of abusing your PlayStation 4 verbally and physically, and lots of returning the game to the game store and simply admitting defeat. But not me. No, I have completed every single game in the Souls series. Now, of course, I might have died about 10,000 times doing it, but I saw it through to the end. I pride myself on that very fact. So, if you played Dark Souls 2, the original Dark Souls, Demon Souls, you know exactly what you're in for. And in fact, if you're watching this review, I'm sure you've already played the games yourself. If you want to ask me any questions about the story, then can I please recommend a little thing that's quite new, called Wikipedia. Because I will not be able to answer any of your questions in that regard. It's not that I wasn't paying attention, it's just that it doesn't make any fucking sense. So, let's get down to the main issue here, shall we? What is my score for Dark Souls 3? Well, being a fan of this type of game, being a fan of this genre, whatever the fuck that genre is, being a fan of phrases like noob, get good, pussy, masturbation, I am going to give Dark Souls 3 a 9.5, 0.2, 0.1, 0.6, 0.3 out of 10. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my usual brand of offensive humor, wrapped up in a nice review for Dark Souls 3. If you enjoyed my review, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, perhaps give me a thumbs down or the middle finger. Feel free to leave abuse in my comments section, and as always, remember, the most important thing, stay obsessed with gaming. Gaming. Stay obsessed with gaming. That's a good boy.